Sky Fibre. It's super reliable and it's our lowest fibre. All for the tiny price of just £20 a month, including line rental for 18 months when you join or recontract Sky TV. Search Sky Fibre. Sky. Believe in better.
You could feel like this if you just got £100 for switching your current account to us and happened to be
a triple header in the Sky Bet Championship starts tomorrow with Wolves v Fulham, live on Sky Sports Football.
New Zealand are the greatest rugby team in the world. They're the only side to have won the Rugby World Cup on 3 separate occasions. Across a period of 28 years, 2 separate and distinct generations of All Black rugby legends have brought the sport's ultimate prize back to what the New Zealand nation believes is its spiritual home.
Once you become an All Black, you've actually got to be a good All Black, because if you're not a good All Black, then it's than not being an All Black at all.
Every time you get a chance to run out there in the jersey, you've got to nail it, because if you don't, someone else is going to take your spot.
It's a bit like Brazilian football, the All Blacks in rugby. There's mythical tradition.
Having been the dominant force in rugby for most of the 20th century, it was only in 1987 that the All Blacks could finally prove their worth on the global stage, when they and their neighbours Australia hosted the first ever Rugby World Cup.
It was a tournament that nobody really knew whether it was going to be successful or not successful. Even on the first game in May '87 at Eden Park, there was only 20,000 people that turned up, you know, for the match, you know, for a World Cup match, New Zealand against Italy. It was my first test match, and we're sort of looking around and thinking, well, we'll just get on with it. Fortunately, if you like, John Kirwan scored one of the great individual tries of all time, still to this day, and it just lit the imagination of everyone around the world.
The 1987 All Blacks were simply a class above all of their nearest rivals. Despite their amateur status, they displayed a level of professionalism that no other side in rugby could match.
The quality of the team was the strength and depth that we had. We had some world-class players. One that comes to mind would be Shelford at number 8. I mean, Buck was a leader, but not the captain at the time. We started doing the haka for the first time on New Zealand soil, because Buck had initiated it, you know, through his ancestral roots. He went to the right people and said, look, we can do the haka. The squad was tight and everyone was pushing each other the whole time. But there was no jealousies, you know, so everyone just sort of bought in, you know, to the call.
The All Blacks eased through the group and knockout stages. No opposing side got within 27 points as they reached the first Rugby World Cup final against France.
It was drizzly, so probably not very good rugby conditions. And so as a result, we couldn't play our expansive game. Plus as well, we knew that if we kept it too loose, the French would love that game. Plus as well, we knew that if we kept it too loose, the French would love that. So we had to keep it very tight, because they had a big forward pack and classy backs, you know. So we knew we had to show them the utmost respect. And yeah, finally, yeah, won the game by 29 points to 9.
An emphatic team performance which saw New Zealand crowned the first winners of the Rugby World Cup. Remarkably, despite being rugby's dominant side for the next 24 years, New Zealand failed to win any of the next 5 tournaments. The 2007 quarter-final defeat against France was particularly painful for coach Graham and his players.
They turned the negativity into a positive.
New Zealand are quite simply the greatest rugby team in the world. They're the only side to have won the Rugby World Cup on 3 separate Across a period of 28 years, two separate and distinct of All Black rugby legends have brought the sport's ultimate prize back to what the New Zealand nation believes is its spiritual home.
Once you become an All Black, you've actually got to be a good All Black, because if you're not a good All Black, then it's worse than not being an All Black at all.
Every time you get a chance to run out there in the jersey, you've got to nail it, because if you don't, someone else is ready to take your spot.
A bit like Brazilian football, in rugby, it's mythical.
New Zealand are quite simply the greatest rugby team in the world. They're the only side to have won the Rugby World Cup on 3 separate occasions. Across a period of 28 years, two separate and distinct generations of All Black rugby legends have brought the sport's ultimate prize back to what the New Zealand nation believes is its spiritual home.